Namaskara. Welcome to the episode on food technology. Today's lecture is on extraction of oil from rice bran. Introduction. Rice bran oil is one of the most balanced and versatile edible oils. It is produced from the bran of the rice kernel. Rice bran is the brown layer of rice. It is the most nutritious part of rice. Rice bran oil is extensively used in Japan, Korea, China, Taiwan and Thailand as premium edible oil. It is the conventional and the most favorite cooking medium of the Japanese, the longest living human beings on this earth, and is popularly known as the heart oil in Japan in recent years. US scientists have also shown a tremendous interest in the cholesterol-lowering properties of rice bran oil, and this oil has acquired the status of health food. Rice bran oil reportedly has a ratio of saturated monosaturated, polyunsaturated, and essential fatty acids that is close to the ideal ratio recommended by the American Heart Association. It also has significant cholesterol and triglyceride reducing properties in the blood serum. The rice bran oil, owing to its very low level of production, is not well known for its food value. It is estimated that actual current annual world rice bran oil production is less than 10 to 14 lakh tons, or about 1% of all vegetable oils used for human consumption. Let us study the process of extraction of bran oil from the following. Number 1. Production of bran. Number 2. Recovery of crude rice bran oil. And number 3. Rice bran oil extraction processing. Number 4. Oil refining. Number 5. Composition and uses of rice bran. Production of bran. India produces 120 million tons of paddy annually, which contain 5 to 6% of rice bran, leading to production of about 6 to 7 million tons of rice bran. Rice bran contains 16% oil, hence there is a potential for production of 1 to 1.2 million tons of rice bran oil in the country. But the actual production of rice bran is only 0.5 to 0.6 million tons. Orissa is one of the major rice producing states in the country. The total annual production amounts to about 4 million tons, which constitutes nearly 10% of the country's production. The processing of this rice produce, rice bran amounting the 2,40,000 tons with an average oil content of 14%, the range being 8 to 20%. This bran may yield around 33,600 tons of crude rice bran oil. This can be put to subsequent use for obtaining a host of byproducts. India is the second largest producer of crude rice bran oil in the world. According to estimates of Solvent Extractors Association of India, production of refined rice bran oil in the country has jumped from 41,000 tons in 1994 to 34 lakh tons in 2002. The modern rice mills and huller-cum-shellers help in recovering good quality rice bran for oil extraction. There are 35,088 modern rice mills and 8,385 hullers-cum-shellers and shellers in the country. The industry believes that rice bran oil production could multiply in the coming years if more awareness could be generated about its nutritional properties. About 75% of crude rice bran oil, which is refined, is used for edible purposes, which include manufacture of vanaspati, and rest goes for industrial sector for manufacture of soap. The latest trend in edible oil industry is blended oils. The Sundrop Heart available in the market is a blend of sunflower and rice bran oils. Saffola has also started marketing sunflower and safflower refined oils blended with rice bran oil. Only recently, the Indian market too has started witnessing some brands of pure refined rice bran oil. DOB, de-oiled rice bran. DOB is the byproduct of rice bran oil extraction process. DOB is one of the most popular ingredients for poultry and animal feed industry. Most farmers used mixed feed as concentrate, DOB being one of the main components in it. Number 2. Recovery of crude rice bran oil in extraction. The processing of rice bran to yield crude bran oil involves the following important steps. They are as follows. Number 1. Preparation of rice bran for extraction. Number 2. Extraction with solvent. Number 3. Distillation of micella. Number 4. Stripping of the oil. Number 5. Separation of oil from water in the post-desolventizer tank. Preparation of rice bran is the reduction of moisture content from 12% to 6% in an expeller by steam jacketing. The treatment, besides reducing the moisture content of bran, increases the particle size and imparts a hardening effect to bran particles for better extractability, better filtration time, and reduction of fine problem. The pre-treated bran, after being turned into flakes in a groundnut expeller, is elevated through a bucket elevator and fed into an extraction column. The extraction can be either batch or continuous. The bran is seated on the false bottom provided in the extractor with coir mat as filter element. After maintaining a vacuum of 25-inch mercury in the extractor along with a solvent, normally hexane, is drawn into the countercurrent multi-stage type extractor. The extractor is carried out in hot condition. Since it helps in quick and efficient extraction, the oil which gets dissolved in the solvent is then withdrawn from the bottom as concentrated micella. The solvent retained with the bran is recovered finally and reused. The distillation of concentrated micella is carried out at a temperature of about 75 to 80 degrees centigrade when the more volatile component, hexane, vaporizes, leaving behind the oil. The vapors of the solvent are condensed and reused. The crude oil with about 4% solvent is fed to the stripping column, which has block of gravels placed on a perforated plate as packed column. The oil is stripped off the solvent by open steam, injecting the solvent vapors recovered for reuse through condensation. The oil along with condensed steam is taken by gravity into a tank called post-desolventizer. In the post-desolventizer, the oil along with condensed steam from stripping column is kept for 2 to 3 hours. The water gets separated here and the oil is taken to the oil tank where the oil is given a salt wash to separate the sludge, gums, etc. The crude bran oil thus obtained can be used for manufacture of soap, emulsifiers, fatty acid, plasticizers, cosmetics and tocopherol. Number 3. Rice bran oil extraction process. Rice bran oil is extracted from rice bran. It is notable for its high smoke point of 213 degrees Celsius and its mild flavor, making it suitable for high temperature cooking methods such as stir frying and deep frying. Solvent extraction process is used for extracting crude rice bran oil from rice bran. To make crude rice bran oil to be edible oil, gum, free fatty acid, color pigment, odor volatile matter and wax have to be removed from rice bran oil. Free fatty acid to crude rice bran oil is removed by neutralizing the oil with caustic soda and becomes soap stock. In the same time, Gamma-oryzanol, tocopherol, tocotrienol and some color pigments are also removed from rice bran oil. Refined rice bran oil from this process has lighter color, less gamma-oryzanol, less tocopherol. Solvent extraction process is used for extracting crude rice bran oil from rice bran. The quality of raw materials and the right rice bran oil extraction process are the key to get high quality rice bran oil. Rice bran that is used for oil extraction has to be freshly milled within 24 hours to maintain the vitamins and nutrition. Moreover, we make use of advanced rice bran oil extraction process technology in choosing good quality rice bran by using the electromechanical sample taken for sampling rice bran and the NIRS, that is near infrared system, for evaluating the quality of raw materials. The system is the world's most advanced technology which ensures for a fast and accurate assessment within only 2 minutes, whereas other conventional methods can take up to 3 hours. Rice bran oil is the oil extracted from the germ and inner husk of rice. It is notable for its very high smoke point of 419 degrees Fahrenheit and its mild flavor, making it suitable for high temperature cooking methods such as stir frying and deep frying. It is popular as a cooking oil in several Asian countries including Japan and China. Number 4. Oil refining. Rice bran oil is yet to find application as an edible oil in our country, although this is used as a common salad edible oil since long in some of the foreign countries. Rice bran oil is not only high in acid value in crude state but contains a considerable amount of wax, unsaponifiable matter and minute ingredients as well as a large amount of coloring matter difficult to bleach. It is said to be the most difficult oil among all vegetable oils to refine. The various steps involved in the refining are as follows in the flow chart. Crude rice bran oil, following dewaxing and degumming to deacidification, next being bleaching, next step is filtration, the next step is deodorization, which is then followed by the next step, that is winterization. Next step is polished filter and the last step is refined rice bran oil. Dewaxing. It is preferable to remove wax from crude oil at the first stage of refining process. Otherwise, yield and quality of edible oil will decrease. Among various methods available for dewaxing, continuous wax method in which ketones are used as solvent is preferred to others. The yield rate of dewaxed oil is 90 to 93% and that of crude wax is approximately 5 to 8%. Degumming. This step is essential to remove gums and mucilages present in vegetable oils, which are complex mixtures. The normal method of degumming involves the use of small quantities of concentrated phosphoric acid or sulfuric acid at moderate temperatures, followed by filtration or settling. Alternatively, direct steam injection may be carried out until the temperature reaches 80 to 100 degrees Celsius. By this time, sufficient steam will have condensed to achieve hydration and flocculation of the colloidal gum materials, which are then removed by centrifugation. Neutralization. The purpose of this process is to remove fatty acid from dewaxed oil. In this process, the oil is treated with alkali such as caustic soda, which acts upon free fatty acid in the oil to form soap. The neutralization is done generally either by a batch operation or by a continuous operation. Next, decolorization. The decolorization is generally done either by a batch or continuous method under either normal atmospheric pressure or vacuum. A number of studies have been carried out, all of which indicate that conventional earth bleaching will readily give oils with lowy burnt colors of 2 to 3 red units, an acceptable level for high-grade cooking oil and salad oils. Deodorization. The final stage in processing for cooking oil involves the removal of ketones and aldehydes which cause undesirable colors and tastes. Deodorization of rice bran oil is carried out by heating the oil to 200 to 250 degrees centigrade under high vacuum in a current of dry steam. This strips out all undesirable volatiles. Any free fatty acids, peroxides, contain proportion of natural tocopherol antioxidants are also removed. This completes refining. The refined oil can be used as cooking oil, salad oil and also for hydrogenation purposes. Number 5. Composition and uses of rice bran. Nutritional studies have identified dietary fiber, bran oil, unsaponifiable matter, sterols and proteins as rice bran's healthy full components. The total dietary fiber content of rice bran ranges from 21% to 27%, with less than 2% as soluble dietary fiber. The protein content ranges from 12% to 16% and has a protein efficiency ratio of 1.6. Let us find out different uses and range of benefits of bran. Foods cooked with rice bran oil absorb up to 20% less oil. Less oil absorbed results in reduced calories, better, lighter tasting food and enhanced flavor and palatability. Less oil absorbed also makes it economical. Rice bran oil has a high smoke point of 200 degrees Celsius, making it perfect for deep frying, pan or stir frying. It is a premium choice for replacement of hydrogenated oil containing trans fat now being used in deep fryers. So, you can cook at high temperatures before it starts to burn or smoke, a great advantage over other oils. Rice bran oil generates fewer polymers than other oils, meaning better flavor and easier cleanup. Other potential properties of rice bran oil include modulation of pituitary secretion, inhibition of gastric acid secretion, antioxidant action, inhibition of platelet aggregation, lowering of blood pressure and regulation of cholesterol. Health benefits. A medically significant component of rice bran oil is the hypocholestemic and antioxidant gamma oryzanol at around 4% of crude oil content. Thought to be a single compound when initially isolated, it is now known to be a mixture of stearyl and other tritriptyl esters of ferulic acids. Also significant is the relatively high fractions of tocopherols and tocotrienols, taken together as vitamin E. Rice bran oil is also rich in other phytosterols which may provide health benefits. Cholesterol. Literature review shows rice bran oil and its active constituents improve blood cholesterol by reducing total plasma cholesterol and triglycerides and increasing the proportion of HDL cholesterol. Results of an animal study indicated a 42% decrease in total cholesterol with a 62% drop in LDL cholesterol when researchers supplemented test subjects' diets with fractionated vitamin E obtained from rice bran oil. Menopause. The rice bran oil component gamma oryzanol was shown in Japan to be effective in relieving hot flashes and other symptoms of menopause. Researchers found 90% of women found some form of relief from hot flashes after taking rice bran oil supplement for 4 to 6 weeks. Antioxidant stability. Studies have shown that antioxidant stability in rice bran oil remains almost constant even when heated at frying temperatures. The study of thermal degradation and antioxidant stability in the oil to the frying temperature up to 250 degrees Celsius for 0.5, 1.5 2 hours. The density of rice bran is found to be constant throughout the time of heating, indicates no molecular changes occurred due to the antioxidant activity in the oil. The oxidative stability of rice bran oil was equivalent to or better than soybean, corn, canola, cottonseed and safflower oil in a model system that simulated deep frying conditions. Nutrition. Nutritionally, rice bran oil is a healthy oil substitute for anyone wishing to eat healthy and lower their cholesterol. Unlike other kitchen oils, it has an unusual mix of fatty acids containing around half polyunsaturated and half monosaturated fats. Other oils tend to be mainly one or the other. Much has been made of rice bran oil, naturally occurring source of oryzanol, technically gamma-oryzanol, that reduces the absorption of cholesterol into the body and so lowers blood cholesterol levels. It also acts as an antioxidant. It has been suggested for conditions such as mild anxiety, stomach upset as a sports supplement and conditioning supplement for horses. But there is no real evidence that it works for any of these. It is a source of vitamin E complex, antioxidants and other micronutrients to help fight free radicals and combat the effects of aging. Rice bran oil has more of these components than other cooking oils. The components of rice bran oil give it an outstanding shelf life. Trace amounts of trans fats occur naturally as a result of heating during processing and not of hydrogenation. Looking at the 4 oils, all are virtually free from trans fats, which means less than 1%. Grapeseed has 0.9% and canola 0.8% or 0.8 gram per 100 grams. Rice bran oil has the best balance of saturated, monosaturated and polyunsaturated fats as recommended by organizations such as the American Heart Association and the World Health Organization. It's the oil of choice for improving serum cholesterol levels and preventing cardiovascular diseases. According to Heart Foundation criteria, no more than 1% of the fat in oils should come from trans fat and no more than 20% from saturated fats. But rice bran oil contains 22% saturated fat. Let us look at the comparative table for saturated fats with other oils. Rice bran oil. The total fat is 97. Saturated fat is about 22%, monosaturated fat is 41%, polyunsaturated fat is 34% and trans fat is 0%. Olive oil. Total fat 100, saturated fat 15%, monosaturated fat 75%, polyunsaturated fat is about 10%, trans fat is 0%. Canola oil. Total fat about 100, saturated fat is 9%, monosaturated fat 60%, polyunsaturated fat 30% and trans fat is less than 1%. The Heart Foundation suggestions not applicable. Saturated fat should be less than 20%. Monosaturated fat percent is not set, polyunsaturated fat percent is not set, and trans fat percent should be less than 1%. All values rounded up to the nearest whole number. Other non-saponifiable and waxes make up to the remaining 3%. There are 3 nutritional downsides that you need to be aware of. Number 1. Industrially processed, not cold pressed. The oil extracted from rice bran goes rancid quickly once pressed. Unlike olive oil, it isn't cold pressed. To refine it, a solvent is used to extract the oil from the bran, which is later evaporated off. and tested post-production for residual solvents to double check for traces. That's followed by neutralization, bleaching, winterization and deodorization steps, as with most other oils. This creates refined and stabilized oil, bringing about long shelf life and high smoke point. However, what you lose is the naturalness of the oil. Number 2. Higher in saturated fat at 22%, rice bran oil is at the high end compared to other oils and above the Hart Foundation's criteria. It's on par with cottonseed oil, which has 27% saturated fat, but higher than olive oil, which has 15% saturated fat, grapeseed has 9% and canola has 8%. Number 3. It is high in linolenic acid. Rice bran oil has little omega-3 and lots of omega-6. However, this low ALA combined with a higher level of saturation gives rice bran oil excellent frying qualities, long stability and fry life without hydrogenation. So this is where it shines. Let us now come to the conclusion. Rice bran oil is perfect for high temperature cooking such as stir frying or wok cooking. If you want light, neutral oil, resilient at high temperatures that can help lower cholesterol, rice bran oil is a top choice. I would keep a bottle in cupboard for high heat cooking such as roasting or stir frying, but still hang on to some extra virgin olive oil for dressing salads, pasta, vegetables or simply for dunking bread. Thank you.